Hello and welcome to the Film Room. My name is John Jansen, and today we are going to look at a play between Villanova and Ohio State. Round of 32 game happened last night, or yesterday afternoon, Villanova wins the game. They probably should have won by more. They let Ohio State kind of hang around. But what we're going to do is we're going to look at a possession for Villanova. And this is one of the most well-coached teams in America. And you're going to see here how fundamentally sound they are. And then we're going to look at the player at the end and how he uses his body to get to the free throw line. So you see here, what's something I noticed about Villanova, and you can see it here, is they almost all jump stop and hop when they catch it. And they get into a triple threat position, as you can see right here, and they're really, really fundamentally sound. And that comes from good coaching. They set really good screens. A lot of teams just interchange and don't set screens. Some teams don't set great ball screens. These guys are making contact every single time. You can see him. He is here. He's ready to set a screen. He's not one of these guys who just runs by and then tries to pop himself open. He's trying to get his teammate open. And you can see because of that, this is the best player on the team here for Villanova. They both stay with him, and it leaves 23 wide open. And actually, Ohio State does a pretty good job from here until the last second of playing defense. And you see this guy here guarding the post player, and watch what he does. He's on the high side, and as this guy dribbles baseline, he slides over and automatically switches out and gets to a great position. And that's fantastic defense here. But again, you see these guys for Villanova, they don't make mistakes. Guys who are out of control would get a charge there. But you see, pivot, good solid ball screen, boom, good pass. This guy's going to look at the basket, attack, the guy stops, he jump stops, he doesn't run him over, he pivots out, gets the ball out. And here's what I want to look at here is this play by number 2, the point guard, and his name is escaping me right now, but he's their best player. I think he might have been Conference Player of the Year. And he gets switched here on to the guy who did a good job of defending for Ohio State. And he takes him here, and he does this little step back. And because he's such a good three-point shooter, the defender on Ohio State makes a slight mistake, and he goes for the pump fake. And so what he does is kind of like a hesitation dribble where he does what it's going to be a step back, and he kind of holds the ball for a second, and then he crosses up, as you can see. And look, you see when we get to high in the tournament, there's not a lot of help side defense. And you think basketball is predicated on defense on help side, but these teams, they all guard way out. And so you're not going to see any help side defense here. You could see this guy at the bottom, and we have the same scenario here where he could easily step over, and he doesn't. He goes out with his guy because that's probably how they're taught. In this scenario, I would have this guy come across here, help, and this guy drop in, and this guy's kind of taking away the passing lane of the ball going straight across, so you're in a good position. But I don't believe that's how they're taught. I don't think this is a mistake. I don't believe this is how they're taught. I think he's supposed to stay home, and I think number 3 is supposed to stay in front of him. But getting back to the ball handler and the move he makes here, and you see he does the little hesitation, gets the crossover, gets the guy up in the air, but that's not the point. The point is what he does next. And he attacks this guy, and what he does is right there. Do you see how he crosses inside of him? He throws his body in front of the defender, so now the defender's dead. And that's what's so impressive about this move, because most people would just attack next to the guy and think, okay, well, I'll just get to the reverse, to the weak side of the rim. But he doesn't want that, because some of these guys are still so athletic they can get there. What he does is he crosses inside of the guy right there, now taking away any opportunity for this guy to block a shot. And now he has the option to go on the near side of the rim or go for a reverse because he's crossed in front of his body. And what ends up happening is the guy trips him from behind and he gets fouled and goes to the free throw line. And, as a coach, this is something that, I don't even know how teachable it is. I think you can try to teach it. But a lot of these guys just have these instincts. But I know we've worked on it before. And this is what I talk about a lot, about being efficient and maximizing your time and space. And these edges are so small, and these guys are so athletic that if he doesn't, he's not one of the super athletic guys. He's just a really smart player. And he probably knows if he just goes to the rim here with this guy right next to him, maybe he'll make it. But when he crosses inside this guy, wow, it's so good. He crosses inside this guy, he knows that the guy is now beat. And he gets to the rim, he gets fouled, and he gets to the free throw line. So that's a move I believe that should be worked on, where as soon as you have that little bit of edge, and instead of going straight or even looping a little bit and losing your edge, because these edges are so small, he takes that tiny little edge he has and gets inside the guy and gets to the free throw line.